Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to have some fun with this episode, so make sure you guys go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. Now, y'all know that Shannon Sharpe is one of the biggest LeBron James supporters out there. I think if we're going to go between him and Nick Wright, I think these are the top two out there in media, right? And major platforms, these are the two biggest supporters. And we also know that Shannon Sharpe's debate partner is Skip Bayless, is one of the biggest supporters of Kevin Durant, although I think they have kind of like a love-hate relationship. I think Skip has more love for KD and KD has more hate for Skip. It's a very weird relationship. It's not symbiotic whatsoever. It's very weird. Like Skip Bayless will come out there and heap all this praise on him, and then KD will come out and say, I hate you. Like, I really don't like this guy. I'm like, golly, that's kind of weird. But anyway, so they have this kind of love-hate relation. And whenever they talk about KD on Undisputed, it usually is like it's electricity, right? I mean, it makes for great TV, right? And one of the points that Shannon Sharpe has always held on to, or has always tried to make, was this. If we're going to say, in fact, that Kevin Durant is the best player in basketball, why don't we hold him, or why rather doesn't he get the same level of scrutiny that LeBron James gets when he's the best player in basketball? And I thought for a while that Shannon Sharpe was saying that because he was just always trying to look up for a way to stick up for LeBron, who's his favorite player. But now, as I think about it some more, I think he has a point. And I think he makes a very strong point about not holding KD. I don't think is that Shannon Sharpe dislikes Kevin Durant. I don't think so. I don't think he cares, to be quite honest. I don't think, it's not like as if he likes him or dislikes him is going to add any money to his bottom line. I don't think it matters whatsoever. I think the frustration comes with KD is when he sees that he's being held to a different standard of LeBron. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair because he makes some good points. So what I want to do is I want to quickly play some of his comments that he had to make about Kevin Durant after game 2. Then we're going to read some quotes, some tweets that he made about the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant during and after the game 3 that they lost. So before we go too far, take a listen to some of the things that Shannon Sharpe had to say because it really speaks to the point that I'm trying to make. Take a listen to that.
But this is all about the best player on the planet. Kevin Durant came up small again. Everybody, and Chris Broussard gave us this great stat. In 8 games after a loss, Kevin Durant is averaging 39 points, shooting 50+% shooting. What is 4 of 17? What is 0 of 10 in the second half? And you got the contributions that you needed. You got 16 points from Seth Curry. You got 23 points from Bruce Brown. And you got 18 from Goran Dragic. That's what you needed. You needed the others to do what they did. Okay, they did what they were supposed to do. Now I need my big guns, my heavy artillery men to start firing. And it was misfire after misfire after misfire after misfire. That's not good enough. A 17-point lead, Skip Bayless, you tell me all the time, James, onward, James, bring us home. You had a 7-point lead in the fourth quarter with the best player on the planet, and you get outscored 29-12? And again, I keep telling you, it's because of your defense, Skip. What were they getting? Now, Pritchard hit a step-back 3 to give you the lead, and they never relinquished that. But it was layup. Whoever Seth Curry is guarding, Jaylen Brown, they post him up. Whoever Goran Dragic, whoever Kyrie, Skip, you're small. You're a small team, and you don't play defense. You're trying to outscore everybody. What happens when shots don't fall and the other team is getting layups at the other end? They erase a 17-point deficit. What happens? You have a 7-point lead to start the fourth, at some point in time in the fourth, and it goes away with the swiftness, with the quickness. Your guy came up small again. Now, what we're starting to see is that as great as he is, and Kevin Durant is all-time great, he's been coming up small. And there are far more of these games than you would previously think. Go look back at 5 and 6 when they had a 3-1 lead on Golden State and see what he shot. Go back last year in games 4 and 5 against Milwaukee and see what he shot. This notion, hold on, he has the most unstoppable shot. Nobody can block it. I've seen 2 instances in the first 2 games in which Jason Tatum has blocked Kevin Durant's shot. You saw that too? Okay, I'm glad we're watching the same thing and both of our TVs are functioning properly.
We are not watching.
Yeah, we are.
Now, it doesn't stop there because he was pretty vocal on Twitter and he made his voice known about, Kevin Durant and some of the things that would happen in that game. So I want to quickly read some of his tweets here. So during the game, Shannon Sharpe was on Twitter, and one of the tweets was, "They don't need a coach. Remember?" Now, he was responding to something that Kyrie or someone was saying, like, if the Nets had a coach, they would be 100% better, 100 times better. Somebody said that. So he responded to that person saying, "They don't need a coach. Remember?" So that was the first tweet that he put out there. And he also had another tweet, if I can pull it up. Yes. He goes, he can't knock the Celtics, because somebody said you can't knock the Celtics for sticking up for himself, though. He said he can't knock the Celtics for putting foots in the Nets. So essentially, during that game, Shannon Sharpe was kind of live tweeting about Kyrie Irving and about Kevin Durant. And you know what? Shannon Sharpe is absolutely right for going as hard as he has been going on Kevin Durant. He is absolutely right. The Brooklyn Nets, maybe not KD, but the team and certain players had this kind of air of confidence and, dare I say, arrogance about themselves. I think that the Brooklyn Nets thought that they were above it all. They were above the process. They were above going through what other championship teams need to go through, like building chemistry, like playing together, like making sure you practice. I feel like, or like having a good coach, like listening to a coach, like going through that. I think the Brooklyn Nets thought that, listen, we're an extremely talented team. We're one of them. We have a team comprised of the most skilled basketball players of all time. Oh boy, how the skilled argument has gone right out the window. What a shame. Y'all gonna have to come up with something else. I think that they thought that they were just gonna go out there and beat teams, that they didn't really have to play defense, that they didn't really have to buy into any system, that they really didn't have to, have an identity. I think that they thought they were above it all, that they were just going to go out there and win games. And you were able to get away with that in regular season games. But when you go against a team that is a unit, that is cohesive, that has an identity, that is willing to do the dirty work, you're going to get beat, and that's what you're seeing. When you listen to the Nets, yes, KD is taking accountability for himself and his play, but I get the sense that the Brooklyn Nets don't have any leader whatsoever. There's no leadership on that team. And these are some of the things that Shannon Sharpe has lamented. He has blasted the Nets all season long. And guess what? Now that I'm taking a second, now that I have some time to think about it, he's absolutely right. He has been absolutely on the money about what he said about KD. The second thing that I think he's also said is this. Kevin Durant is not on LeBron's level. I think Shannon Sharpe has said that. And guess what? He is absolutely 100%. He's not. Like, I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan in the world, and y'all know that. But KD ain't LeBron. For all of the shortcomings, for all of the different things about LeBron has he performs better than KD. LeBron has been the driving force on the championship team to win a championship, especially with those Cleveland Cavaliers. We cannot say that about Kevin Durant. If KD loses this series, people are still going to go out there and say you wouldn't be able to win anything without Stephen Curry. You just recently heard Charles Barkley talking about driving the bus. Now, I'm not going to get into that argument, but these things are still going to be said. I have yet to see KD do what Giannis did with the Bucks. I've yet to see KD do what Kawhi did with the Raptors. Whenever you want to bring up Kawhi, they got injured, but KD and those guys didn't benefit from injuries when Kawhi got injured, when they were playing him in the Western Conference Finals and playing these other teams that got injured. Are you freaking kidding me? So KD, I think Shannon Sharpe has been 100% right, and I changed my position on this. At first, I thought he was just doing it because he viewed him as a threat to LeBron. But now I think he's doing it because he's like, wait a minute, there's a double standard that exists here. I think he's 100% correct. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about Shannon Sharpe? Do you think he's been right about Kevin Durant all along? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.